They were built for speed, power, and war. Across forests, fields, and forgotten roads, the Luftwaffe once ruled the skies. When the war ended, these airfields were abandoned, erased from memory, but traces do remain. This is where history still whispers.
Welcome to the WW2 History Hunter. We do the research, we travel, and we go out and find pretty interesting places for you to enjoy and learn from. Today we are at a former German World War II Luftwaffe airbase, and we hope that we can share some of the moments here with you so you can see what the Germans built here, why, and what it looks like today. So join us and let's go out and find a path together. German Luftwaffe had airfields all over Germany, and some were very, very small, just a little field with a little maintenance crew waiting with a truck, and then to these massive locations like the ones that we're going to show you here today. Some were concrete tarmac, and some were just basic wood, and some were even just the grass. So at this place it was fully developed to a mega big German Luftwaffe airfield, ready for anything. And what you see in the front there is one of the first proofs of that. That is a hangar that the German Luftwaffe had their aircraft and all their crews in. And we're going to have a little peek around here and check out this and that. As soon as you get close to the hangars, you can see here they had tarmac of concrete slabs. And then later, when the Russians came after the Second World War, it was paved with asphalt. But the basic elements here are tarmac in concrete, slabs put on, and then you have the asphalt coming in later. This place looks really, really like a mess, but we're here, so we're going to have a peek inside and see what the facility has. Most of these are completely rotted out, and there's not many original details left. You know, the Russians came here and had this place for so many years, and you can see it's basically rubble, everything. But nevertheless, it's important to go and just have a peek and try to figure out what happened here. As I said, German Luftwaffe started this place. Each and every one of these rooms had a purpose, producing pieces for the action that took place, and there are many, many, many features and pieces on the ground there, and some of them could be original Luftwaffe pieces, but most of them are from the year of the Red Army and the soldiers. Huge connectors and cables coming into the hangars. Of course, they needed that. A ton of power to do the work that was required of them inside here. Structures here are very big, and you can see everywhere they are open. And in here there are actually some machinery. I wonder what that is. That looks something like a tumbler for cleaning parts. That is a old Luftwaffe fuel drum barrel, I think, or is it? And then you have another machinery here. I do recognize that this is a vibrator as a tumbler. What did they use that for? That is to clean huge parts, actually. So did they clean aircraft parts here? And that's a dryer for air. Interesting, interesting. I have to change batteries, so we continue afterwards. When you walk amongst these or along these buildings, they are so huge. They're just like giants, you know. And everywhere inside there are these rooms with the little small secrets. The hangar is next to this thing, so we're going to see if we can get into the hangar and just check that out. Ton of things here. This looks like brackets. Hundreds, if not thousands of some kind of brackets. Okay. beds. Did they actually sleep in here? That is wild. The beds of the soldiers. In here, that is strange. Who would actually stay and live in here? That looks much like a door for a Trabant, actually. East German made, I'm not sure who made that car. It's a very special little car. Okay. That's special. Yeah. Pretty cool to be out with my daughter and my son at the same time. This little journey here and back in time has been wonderful. Look at the size of this thing here. It is humongously big, to be honest. You see the huge barracks over there. The little structure here. Believe it or not, sometimes these smaller structures are the entrances for huge underground bunkers. This is not, but one of the craziest things I've experienced was once coming into a forest. It was just a tiny little shed and was this enormous Russian or Soviet bunker, 3 stories deep into the ground through just a little passage in a shed. That was absolutely crazy. But we're going to continue, see if we can get a glimpse of the hangars inside here. Yeah, you can see here, this is a hall next to the hangar. The hangar is inside here. And I'm amazed to see so many pieces here, but a lot of it seems to be car parts actually. So I think maybe in modern times it was used for other things than aircraft, I don't know. Fuel drums or maybe something like that. Yeah, ton of stuff just laying around. Let's continue. That is the front side of what used to be a German WW2 Luftwaffe hangar. Completely abandoned and completely a full wreck with the graffiti crap. But nevertheless, this is where the German Luftwaffe's pride and honor were towed out, taken in and out, and being run at this huge airfield. And today, it's just nothing. But let me take you into the hangar there so you can get a little feel of the size of this place here. Wow. It is massive, guys. And just to walk around here gives you the feeling of the Luftwaffe crews working frantically all day, all night to prepare these aircraft to go out into the skies and battle it out with the Allies. I do actually believe the roof is rocks or tiles or something. That is crazy. They put rocks, bricks on the roof. That is, I've never seen that before. But look at that thick glass. What is that from? Very thick glass. You can smell that there's been animal in here. Yeah. Incredible. And they are just waiting to be torn down and demolished. But the government doesn't know what to do with it because it's expensive to demolish these things. This place is on private hand now. So it's kind of often being almost given away like for €1 and you have the whole lot. Do whatever you want, bye-bye. We don't have any more responsibility. I can't stop thinking about what it would look like with the aircraft inside. Maybe something like this. Yeah, absolutely incredible. The sheer size of it, you cannot convey that with this camera. You just have to trust me, it is huge. Also, when I'm walking on the tarmac here, which now is asphalt, it used to be concrete underneath, it most likely is. The long period from 1945 to the beginning of the 90s, this place was completely converted from what the Germans built. They had their special needs And very often that need was to demolish what the Germans had. They took care of what was necessary. They often spared the hangars and all of that, but they kind of just said, we don't give the F about anything here. You can actually see Russian writing on that thing there. That looks to be maybe a fire station or a garage or something. And I saw the tower, the air tower is right over there. But you can also see how big this place is by all of these here. Fire hydrant everywhere. And the fire hydrants were to, of course, be able to take care of whatever happened. And who knows, maybe there was quite a bit of fires here after the aircraft being damaged and stuff like that. Let's have a look inside here. Just check out the garages. Strange looking booth or add-on here. Haven't got a clue what that is. And here, it's just garages. Everything is trashed and ruined. You have second floors, you have basements. This could have been a living quarter. I don't know. Right in here, more rooms. And you can see very coarse, and the Soviets came in, they put their colors on everything. That's crazy colors like yellow, orange, and you name it. Should we go over to the, give me a second here, okay guys? Yeah. The plumbing is there, and they used heated water to heat up these places. And they were very warm here, actually. And I've read books about people who worked on these facilities when it was Second World War, and they never complained about being cold or anything, because that system of superheated water heated the whole facility, the hallways, and the different kind of rooms that you see here. Okay, what is this? Could this be kind of part washers or something? You have a little uniform there. What is that from? Russian stuff? Very often it's Russian stuff. Yeah. Russian workers' clothes. We find Cold War buttons and everything, and insignia on pieces laying around. So there is tiles and whatever these cabinets are. I haven't got a clue. But obviously something happened here. All right, let's continue. So you actually have a second floor. This is where the electrics used to be. Tiny little basement room. Yeah, there definitely was some sort of car activities here lately. You can see that with different kind of car parts laying around. There's a lot of car repair shops in the region, so they might have just taken this as their own and said, hey, nobody uses it, let's use it for whatever we want to. So, second floor. Sometimes you have to be very careful because there could be wooden planks, you will fall straight through, so you have to be very careful. This actually looks like living quarters. Could it be living quarters for the pilots? Was it originally made for the Luftwaffe aces being here? I don't know. Everything is just a mess. Coming down piece by piece. And sometimes when you check out the paper behind here, this is Russian. See that? This is Russian, and very often we find papers with dates from the 80s. This is 1989, so this was kind of made by the Soviets. Sorry about that, you see here, 1989. So of course, this second floor has a little view over the airfield. Maybe the high-ranking officers were standing here, having full control of what happened around the perimeter here. I don't know, but kind of gives me that vibe. And you can see up there, there's the flight tower. So let's see if we can get up there. Yeah, my daughter just pointed out there's Russian writing everywhere. This is like a bathroom with tiles or something. And the extremely bad choice of colors, that was from the Russians. And some guys carrying a ladder outside. Wonder what that is all about. It looks so trashy, guys. So trashy. And this is maybe washroom, showers, and that. And then maybe this was also a washroom. And over there you can see a huge chimney, part of the heating system that was used here. Let's check out this here. There's a flight tower on top. This we think is more garages. And yeah, what can I say? This is what it's about. Later, we're gonna go to the huge barracks over there, where the officers were and all of that. But first, we think we're gonna have a visit into this building here. Of course, more graffiti. But this is going to be an interesting little piece of the Luftwaffe history here. What is it for? We think this is a flight tower. And it looks like we can actually get all the way up to the top floor, and then we're going to have a pretty cool view to the top. And this is dangerous. I don't want to fall down there. But there's another hangar there. We're going to check that. So we're going to kind of split it up in two, we think. First the hangars and area here, repair facility, and this here. And then maybe we'll do some of the barracks. Maybe a little position where they got the orders or something. Wow. There's a staircase completely trashed. And it's sometimes impossible to comprehend how much they have managed to trash these places. Again, Russian writing everywhere. This is a steel door. So was this place important? Sometimes you come across rooms that hadn't been seen for a long time. We found a room like that in a barrack. It was recently opened, and there were quite a lot of special things in there, to be honest. You can see that in one of our videos, actually. Guys, so I'm thinking about it. I want to say thank you for being here, for watching, subscribing, and all of that. And if you really want to help us out, there's a little special perk for you if you want to become our patron. So check this out. That, my friend, is a German WW2 S-Mine display, and we create and give them away to our patron team members. This is a German Soldatenheim little shadow box. This is a 9mm munition box. Everything here is original. These are artifacts from the Second World War, and we give them away to our patron team members. If you want to check out how to become a patron team member, there's a link here in the video description where it says more. Just click that, then you click the link for the patron, and then you'll see how you can become a patron team member, and you will in the end up with something absolutely spectacular, some small artifacts from the Second World War, and we will share history in a very special way together. Yeah, and we do give them away to you who support us, so thank you for being there for us, and thank you to all our patron team members. You are the guys and girls who makes each and every of these explorers come alive. So thank you for that. And this is the end of the hallway. And that's where two more of these huge hangars are. But we're going to see if we can get up to the flight deck or flight tower here. It is so strange to walk here. You can see there was a beautiful floor here once upon a time. Now it's just wrecked. There's nothing. How in the world does people do so much graffiti? I cannot understand it. We see hundreds and hundreds of cans laying around, and there's not one square centimeter that hasn't been tagged. And I'm actually impressed to see that someone would spend so much time here tagging and doing all that crap. Really cannot understand how they can spend so much time doing that crap. All right, let's see here. Is this the flight tower, guys? Be careful so you can feel if there's something going on here. Is it here? But definitely they had an incredible view up here, guys, huh? You can see the rotten windows. Maybe these are original all the way back from the Second World War, I don't know. But the airfield itself, the roll barns and all of that was down there. Today there's nothing, there's just patches of grass. But that is where the airfield roll barn, or the tarmac area was. But they also had a little thing, or a grass patched landing area. And what I see here is pretty interesting. There's actually a bunker there. Can you see that? Tiny little bunker, maybe a near defense position. That's interesting. So the absolute tower is actually up here. And this is just a little stair. Very, very, very steep. Oh my goodness. Why did they need to build it in this stupid fashion here? This is crazy steep, guys. Be very careful, guys, when you go down. Wow. This is the flight tower. Okay. So here you can see, it's just sad. I poured bitumen on top of it so it wouldn't leak. It will leak no matter what. And you can see there's the hangar, completely trashed. You get an even better view up here. As I said, that is where the rollbahn was. There are some features here and there. Not all of them for us to understand what is today, but it was very systematic, and the Germans had full control of what they did here and how they did it. It's just so sad we couldn't have seen that. I don't know why I constantly feel that we should have been able to have a time machine to spool back and just experience this in that way. Just imagine standing here like in 1943. That'd be something completely different, guys. Wow. See here, huge pipe there, or chimney. So we're going to show you the barracks in what might be part 2, because it actually takes quite a long time to do just part 1. So we'll let you know. But it's a very special bunker over here, and I would see if I could go there. Eagle eyes, there's a very special bunker here. Is it possible to see it? No, it's not. Well, you can. I'm gonna go over here. The grass is so wet. Okay, let's be careful here. Don't fall into a hole or something. I think that's a near defense position. Tiny little machine gun bunker or something like that. Yeah, look at that. That's a guard position. That's what it is. It's guarding the perimeter. And then if there was an attack coming in, they could take down whatever they wanted with a machine gun in there. Seems to be a lot of storage facility over there. And again, you can see it's very sad to see these structures like what you see here, because it's like totally devastation. And they are just falling apart every day. And it's missing everything. It's missing everything. How do they get up there to target? Oh, actually, they go up to the ledge and they walk over there.
Yeah, but how do they get up to the ledge?
They have probably climbed over ladders. We saw a couple of youth there with a ladder and some boxes. So they're going bananas here. Some kind of competition or whatever. Another one of the hangars. I'm wondering if that is an add-on or if that is original, but it has it on both sides. No, it's original because of the sliding doors will need to go over there. And here you can see the concrete on the tarmac here where I'm walking. And this is where the Henkels and the Messerschmitts and all of them would come in and out from these hangars with these huge sliding doors. And right here, do you do recognize this, you guys? This is what we found at a totally different place, buried at the Luftwaffe airfield that nobody can see anymore because it is not there. It's been developed, but those were in the ground. Again, just empty. They just recently sprayed here. I can smell it. See here? Got cans here. And this is what they made now. This is fresh. Yeah, I can smell it. They did this thing here with the ladder. Yeah, it's fresh. It's like, I couldn't imagine having a son who were allowed himself to do this, or a daughter, go to other man's properties and do that. I really, really don't know how they can allow themselves to say, hey, we're doing this is fun. Look at that. Elias, I've seen this thing here before. I've seen this thing here before. We found one of these. What is that?
What is this? Oh, no.
Some kind of connector. There's so many pieces down here. But it's wrecked. But nevertheless, guys, this is the pride and honor of Luftwaffe. German World War II Luftwaffe. Today, just a hollow building with nothing more. But it's fun to go here. You can learn from it. You can see the details. And in the end, we all shared with all of you guys. So just thank you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, guys, for being here with us.
Yeah.
And letting us all experience this.
Yes, the German Luftwaffe is actually still out there. And all of these artifacts are actually from the German Luftwaffe. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a second. But guys, you saw you can become a Patreon team member. Please consider to do that, because there are special perks for your eyes only videos, travel vlogs, projects, all of that. And if that isn't enough, you can help us out with a little super thanks feature donation here. You can just click that and we can get some fuel into the camper van and go out and find and share even more. And if that wasn't enough, guys, we have this PayPal donation thing here. Just here where it says more. And then you find the PayPal link. And every month, whatever you do a PayPal donation, you are registered and you take part in the draw of wonderful World War II artifacts that you saw. And once upon a time in the future, all of these will actually belong to some of you, because we do find a lot and we share them with all of you. We're going to share more of the Luftwaffe history and airfields later. What is going on here? Well, I'm working on a very, very special project that I've been working on for several years, actually. And I'm trying to piece together two special events that could be connected to each other. But right now, it's just a lot of speculations, a lot of things going on in my head, but I have to figure this out. And there could be that pieces like these things here could come up from the ground. This is a bomb rack holder that holds the bombs for the German Luftwaffe bombers. And that will be under the wing. It's the original thing that I found in a field, that I've called the Luftwaffe Field of Dreams. Also, this is a speed indicator instrument, and it's got the numbers and everything that proves what it came from. Also from a very special location. This is an oxygen bottle from a German Luftwaffe air crew that was inside one of these. And the list goes on, and that is what it's all about, to go out and find and share great history with all of you guys. All right, thanks so very much for being here. And before you know it, with your great help, we'll be able to go out and find and share more history. And that could happen really, really soon. All right, stay safe, keep smiling. And, you know, history is actually everywhere. So go out and find yours. All right, bye-bye. See you later.